All right. Well,
Okay.
welcome to the Acorn Ketchup. Today I have a guest. I'm not sure who he is right now. I think I know him, but I'm not totally sure. If you know, let me know in the comments if you know who this is. But yeah, who are you, sir?
Well, hello. My name is Dustin Latchford.
Oh, okay.
It's I should have come up with I should call myself like Peter or something like that. But yeah, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Went and found myself a razor. So shout out to my grandmother for pushing me. But yeah, I figured I would go ahead and make a couple changes. I do feel like I could hide in a room full of people who've known me my entire life right now, or for most of it, or at least parts of it. So I'm interested to see some like feedback and stuff. Like when a couple of people that I know may see a snippet of this, I think there might be a little bit of feedback. But how are you doing today, Forrest? It's Friday. Are you excited? We're excited about the weekend, right?
Yeah, doing some fun stuff, some landscaping this weekend. I hear you got a paintball tourney going on. I
Yeah.
hop over to.
Yes, it's going to be in Nashville for a paintball tournament, the MSXL. It's the second event of the season for them, and I'm jumping all with the team, so I'm really excited about that.
Fun.
But I don't know that every time I go like play a paintball tournament or something, I'm going to have like my Britney Spears moment when I'm just like. But if we have to make T-shirts, since we have the ability to make T-shirts, because it's kind of one of the things we do. Shout out to our stock program, but we may have to make some T-shirts that are like you with a sheet over your head that just says "Leave Dustin alone." Can we make that? If we can make that a thing, I think we can get that store up pretty quick. So if there's any interest in those shirts, hit it up. Let me know. Let me know for sure. So, but I with my Britney Spears moment and everything, we're gonna go camp and take the dog and everything. I'm gonna play some paintball. So I'm excited to play with those guys. Really cool of them to let me on their team for this event. So I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
So if anyone's in the Nashville area and want to come check out some paintball and stuff, come check it out. Look it up online, msxlevents.com, I believe it is, and you can find the schedule and everything. Feel free to hit me up on any of my social medias, and Danielle and I will let you know when we're going to play. You can say hello when we're out there, and we can talk for a minute. So, but besides paintball and everything, you said what were your big plans for this weekend?
I'm just gonna do some landscaping, set out some rock and whatnot. So
grunt work is what it is, right?
Yeah, just moving heavy stuff.
Yeah, moving heavy things. You're gonna do big, mainly moving heavy things. So
as long as I can catch my dad not doing it all first, because he jumps on things pretty quick, and I gotta try and get there before he's done already. So
it's a challenge, right? Like it's hard. He's one of those people that it's hard to help, right?
Yeah, he's just moving all the time. So.
Yeah, I struggle because like I have the go to like to have to help that person before they want to help themselves. Like it's hard to catch up with those people. It makes for a challenging weekend, but like at least you know what you're in for. You're moving heavy things. You're in the moving heavy things state of mind. I don't know that I'm in the moving super heavy things like state of being. Like I don't know that that's really me anymore. Like every time someone talks about moving, like we're getting ready to move and we're going to be looking for professional movers as norms, but like I'm not that guy. If you need someone to move your couch, like don't just treat it like COVID, like stay away. Don't call me to move your couch or anything. Like Zach Ross and I have enough stories of trying to move super heavy couch. There's a few people in this world who I'll move couches with. Like shout out to Zach Ross. After we moved the couch into our apartment in Columbia, Missouri, yeah, I have to help him move anything he ever wants to move ever again. So we had our friends pivot moment, but with the couch that's actually right over there, which is just the heaviest thing in existence. Every time we've moved, we're like, oh, it'll just live here, and it always seems to come with us. So
nice.
It's like being chased by like a 3,000-pound sled.
Great.
You just can't get away from it.
So what sparked the change, the need for the event?
So we're getting ready to go on a vacation, and I've kind of like my grandmother put it into existence that like I've been growing out my beard since like the last time I did. And like last time we on our Facebook page and everything, we kind of made a big deal about it, and everyone got to wallow in my misery and everything. But it grew back and everything. But I've been making a lot of changes and stuff, whether it be like to life in general, to like my health, and like I don't know that it's so much my appearance and everything, but I've been trying to make a lot of changes and everything. And I think if I'm never going to be comfortable without having a beard, like at this point in time, I'll just never be comfortable without a beard. And I just don't really like the idea of hating my face forever. So shout out to anybody who's not super comfortable with their face. Like beards are makeup for men, and like I understand, like I get it. Like I'm this is clean face. I'm over here. I still probably have like a couple of like extra hairs just dangling through here, but like yeah, I'm taking my makeup off for a little bit. No offense to anybody with a beautiful beard, because mine didn't just fall away. I did cut it off. So
yeah.
But yeah, a lot of changes, man. Like last year, you've heard about all of them, a lot of things, like changing the way we eat, changing the way to do a lot of different things, like treating mental health, like taking a lot of that stuff seriously and focusing on that. Like those changes have been real important. And, sometimes we need physical symbols of change. And, I don't think it ever hurt to give the old beard a shave. And
yeah.
And there's gonna be a fun FaceTime at some point in time with my grandma, and I think it'll be worth a smile. And
right.
Fortunately for me, I think like I can still grow it back. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
I plan to be around for a little while, so if it takes another 6 months or so to grow a beard back, I think I can get it done.
Cool. That's great.
Now we just gotta get you to shave yours off. Are we excited?
I don't know about that. Maybe a little while.
Oh, just put him on the spot. Yeah, anyone who'd like to see Forrest with a shaved beard, I'm gonna start tagging people when we get off here to share this with. But definitely, I'd love to see what's going on.
How it look like a baby, like a giant baby,
like a giant Buddha baby. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
I love it. I think it looked great, man. I think it looked great. So. I'm just trying to get the hair game to be like yours. I got a ways to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have nearly as much hair as I used to have, but it's not bad. I need to cut my hair anyway. It's getting a little long on the sides. Maybe I'll do that this weekend.
Getting a little bit out there.
A little clean up might be in order. But yeah, so we both got some fun weekend plans, Nice. Yeah, I mean, like I think change is good, right? It's a thing that needs to happen sometimes.
Yeah, change is in the air everywhere. Like whether it's in personal life, like and whenever, like honestly, because like me, yourself, and Brittany, like we're essentially like the business at times, and like when we change as people, a lot of times there are changes and stuff in the business, and we've been making a lot more of a focus on like trying to make sure that we're working in the places that we're going to benefit our clients the absolute most, and we're working with the clients that we're going to benefit the most. Mm-hmm. And like making sure that relationship is great both directions, because there's so many people out there to work with. Like it's not worth it for us to work with someone if they're making us miserable and we're making them miserable in return.
Right.
So we don't really run into that, but it's one of those things that like if you have the opportunity to go out and work with those that you can truly help, that that you can serve, we want to focus on that. So, and that's a lot of it has been like the number of times you've talked to me and used the word focus in the last like year and a half or so. And like, it's a common conversation piece with us and our work and our calls with the team and stuff. And like, I think it's a lot of what we've been honing in on more and more and more is that focus and where can we help out the most? So, I think from like a bigger global perspective and stuff, I think that a lot of people ran into that this year, or last year in 2021 or whatever this giant congregation of the last 2 or 3 years, whatever we want to call it. There's been a lot of people that have really kind of ran face first into that. And like either we were spending this time to like develop as people, or we were just slowly microdosing hell during this time and being miserable as much as we possibly could. And like, I think I tasted pieces of both of it, but I think for the most part, like when you get moving downhill on a lot of these goals and stuff, and you realize that like we basically live in Groundhog's Day, or if this is Groundhog Day over and over and over again, and if it's going to be that way, just start creating good habits. Like the days seem to repeat themselves. You seem to get stuck in habits and loops. Well, if you're going to get stuck in habits and loops, get stuck in good ones. Get stuck in good habits and loops. And that's kind of been the focus. And like, we want to do that as a business, and we want to help our clients do that as businesses. Right now, we've talked to numerous people this week about what the troubles of hiring and retaining employees and getting people to come work. And like, there's got to be more offered by the employer now. It's just where we're at. And like, we need to offer people a workplace and an environment and an attitude that they're going to be able to grow there. They're going to be able to make money. They're going to be able to improve their livelihood. And we can help people do that in a lot of different ways. And like, sometimes it's merchandise, and sometimes it's just coaching, and sometimes it's consulting on making sure that we're hiring the right people. And that once we hire them, what does their day one look like? And how are we treating them throughout that process? And what are we doing to encourage them? And like, those are the things that are really going to make the difference in the next coming years, because there's a lot of people that are rethinking. People are going to get back to work, but people are going to they're not going to get back to working the way that they worked before. And a lot of like, I saw there a meme or an article talking about kind of like the bluff of automation. And like we talked early in COVID and everything with like, hey, we're going to replace a lot of these jobs and stuff with automation. And if these people don't work, they're just going to get replaced and replaced and replaced. And a lot of that is like, okay, we push with fear of like lower wages. So the people who are making lower wages are like, well, they're going to replace and automate. But like, if they're going to do it, good, do it. And they haven't. And they've struggled and they've suffered. And they still just haven't done it. So either the wage has to raise, or they need to bring in automation to take care of some of these jobs. But at the end of the day, maybe we don't need that service. If the market can't support it, maybe we don't need it.
Right. That's kind of the sad truth, right? Like,
yep.
A lot of the businesses that may have gone under may have been in trouble already, right? And that's really sad to see happen, right? It's all these businesses that you may have loved and like had around you your whole life or something, you know, but like at some point you gotta either figure out that you have to pay people more, or you have to figure out another way that's going to work for you.
Well, and it's one of those things that I think that people don't get a grasp on unless they're in business at times, because like so many times market factors change and businesses and industries go under overnight. Like if you know anyone who does Amazon fulfillment and Amazon changes regulations, or people who are doing posting Facebook ads and Facebook goes on and decides to make a change, there are people's businesses who go under overnight. What we're not used to is there being wholesale changes in the way that employment works. Yeah. And these businesses and these staples that have been able to hire people for years and years and years and able to exist for years and years and years. When the game changes on those in which you see every day, that's when people are shaken to the core. But it's not only when it's the very, very visible, when it's the ones that are directly affecting their life, but like regulations and certain things adjusting, industries just kind of like flipping and like falling on their face. Most of the time those things happen and people don't even see, they don't even bat an eye. And like, that's the trouble. That's one of the troubling things I think with the pandemic and everything is like some of these industries did the way that we consume food through fast food. Is that a net positive that like, if that industry goes under, should we subsidize it like we subsidize the ability to travel via air, right? When we subsidize the airlines, we want to be able to travel from one side of our country to the other. Question is, do you want fast food any and everywhere throughout the country? And if you don't think the country needs it necessarily, which if you look at the Western diet versus any other major diet in the world, we don't need it. Yeah, but if you don't think that we necessarily need it, then like, is it an industry that we need to subsidize and really worry about the fact that like when it overinflated and now it's forced to contract by something else, maybe that contraction's not terrible.
That's fair.
Because like, here's what happens is the people who take care of their employees the best are going to have no problems, right? And like, we work with some fast food restaurants, and like the ones who take care of their employees and the ones who care about their product and the ones who actually care, they will be fine. They will be A-okay. Because, and the ones that are producing like real food, the ones that take care of their people, they're going to be fine. Mm-hmm. But the ones that people have worked for because they felt obligated, or it's been the only spot in like their town and like they've hated it, they're going to have to either pay more or try to do business somewhere else. And it's a tough part of business, but like when people expand in business and they overexpand and markets change, that's the cost of gambling with business and overexpansion. So
yeah,
fun topics for a Friday.
Man,
getting deep into it. There's no beard. There's no filter. If the beard was a filter before, it's absolutely gone.
Filter's gone.
The filter's gone. Yeah, we're not in one of those crazy situations where Dustin's the voice of reason, because we don't like those, and those are scary for all of us. So,
well, I'm blown away by looking at you at this point, because it's just tough to like imagine. You know, it's just,
don't worry. People have told me for a long time that it's tough to look at me, but
well, no, it's more like I'm speechless. You know, like,
yeah, okay, all right, that's
because you had a lot of beard going on, you know, and then all of a sudden, just gone.
It did go a lot of beard to no beard.
Yeah. And I don't think I've seen you this skinny without a beard either.
That's true. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably haven't. So this is like I should also bring up the fact that like this is going to be likely how my mother sees it for the first time. So Mother, I love you. Shout out to you. You're amazing. You're the best. Hang in there. She's killing it, getting better from her rehabbing from her knee surgery. So she's been out there crushing it. So good job, Mom.
Nice.
All right, let's get us out of here, boys.
All right, thanks everybody for tuning in and watching. If you watch us afterwards, hit a like, subscribe, whatever you got to do to keep up with us.
How can they support us, Forrest?
We have a couple programs coming in soon, and we're going to be pumping them through our social medias. It's we got a stock program we're really trying to push. It's really good. Great deals on t-shirts, sweatshirts, sweatpants, all kinds of stuff. We're going to order some for ourselves here soon, and we're just really excited about it.
Yep. So if you know anybody who has a business or organization that might need 24 up to 500-600 t-shirts, we help people, whether it's with the design, getting them ready to go, making sure you don't have to use like a silly Excel spreadsheet or some terrible checklist to get all that information from your friends and the people in your organization. We make it fast and easy using technology. So if you need that stuff, hit us up. You can go to our website. Plenty of ways to contact us. Get a hold of Brittany or message us on social media. We'd love to set up a meeting with you to figure out how we can help you grow your business or help your employees enjoy their workday. So, till next time.
See ya.
Guys.